James Renault and Mark Gannon here for IEEPA Tariff Refunds. And one of the major questions that people have, or they don't even realize they need to have, is something referred to as an ACE account. An ACE account is the government portal that needs to be filled out in order for part of this process to happen with getting these refunds. So, right off the bat, I just wanted to state that Mark and I are not lawyers. We're not giving legal advice. It's very important that you have proper legal representation when you're going through this process. But at the same time, we're doing the best that we can to give you value and try to answer as many questions or get you thinking the right way to go after these refunds. The money's there, but the devil is in the details. So, the ACE account, Mark, what is an ACE account and why is it so important in terms of going after these IEEPA tariff refunds?
Okay, thanks, James. Hello, everyone. Okay, so the ACE is an acronym. James, what is that?
It
Can you
stands for
actually?
Automated Commercial Environment, and that is the government portal that you need to have filled out to go through this process.
Okay, and the other thing is, it's very important. That's the only way you can get your refund because you've got to be able to put your ACH details in there. So it's mandatory. The thing with the this ACE account, it's as I said, it's mandatory. What you've got to be aware of is if you don't have it, A, you can't pay your tariffs, and B, you can't get your refund. So it's you have to have it. You have to have it. So
And
what
Mark,
we
one thing I saw
Yep.
was I think it's like 10% of
Oh yeah.
importers, fewer than 10%, according to OF law, fewer than 10% had an active account properly configured to receive the funds. So someone watching this video may not even have an ACE account. And then the second thing is they don't necessarily have it properly configured. So those are two important pieces.
So you just said something very important. So for those who have an ACE account, have you set it up correctly? Because with this tariff, as you can tell now, as we're going through it, it's not it's the devil's in the detail. If your ACE account is not properly set up, you're going to have issues. You're going to have delays. You're going to have tariffs missed, and that means less money in your pocket. So that this is why we've particularly chosen to work with two organizations, which one's called Opscale, and they're our claims processor, and then our law firm. It's not our law firm, it's our legal partners who have been around for 40 years and they specialize in tariff law. They've got their own tariffs department. And the other thing is only you can't go to a standard lawyer to go and get your IEPA claim or tariffs refunds. You just can't. They have to be a specialized lawyer. So what we do with our clients, because we know the devil's in the detail, what we do is there's a form. James is going to tell you about the form, but we'll give our back office will actually give you a ring and help you set up that ACE account. So you hit the ground running. So then when you get referred to the legal team, it's already set up.
Yeah,
Okay.
and, and
So
and Mark, we're gonna have two links below. One, we're gonna have a link to the actual government ACE portal, and
yep.
then the link for Opscale, which would actually help you. No fee to do this, but they would actually help you properly set this up. Because again, the key phrase here is the devil's in the details. You could go through and try to create the ACE account, but are you leaving a ton of money on the table? Are you potentially not going to get a refund? Because that's part of what we're hearing is that people are trying to go down the process and then they miss step number four and therefore they don't get their refunds, for example. So it's the money is there, it's there to be given out if done properly, and that's why it's so important. So again, bottom line
Perfect.
is we'll give the link to the ACE portal, but then also the link to Opscale that will properly make sure this is configured, and then when it's properly configured, get you over to our legal partners. Again, no money up front or to do this, but they are specialized, a top firm that handles these things. And Mark, there's less than 100 law firms that can that are there
It's
that
it's actually less. It's James, it's 100, there's 150 lawyers or attorneys in the States that can argue in the International Court of Trade, and there's only 10 law
10,
firms.
only 10 so I was thinking lawyers. There's roughly 100 plus lawyers that could do this and less than 10 law firms that specialize in this. So super, super important that it's done the right way. Mark, final thoughts on this video.
Well, it's again, it's very, very simple. If you do it right the first time, you won't have delays. You'll get every cent, and this is what James and I want for all our listeners, is for them to get every cent that they're rightfully owed. And to do that, you need to have your ACE account set up properly.
Absolutely. So check out those two links below, the government portal and then the Opscale exchange to make sure it's done correctly and get you over to the proper legal team to make sure you get the money that you are deserved.